What is the story? It is 7:30 and we are en route to the gym for leg day. Today is Sunday the 19th. Sunday the 19th. I got it for once. But come to the end of week 2 on prep, and nice and early start this morning, 6 o'clock, straight up and at it. I just had a lot to prep because I'm going to be out the house for most of the day, and we're going straight to train legs first thing to get them out the way, and then we are cracking into work. We have Team CBC group chat call every second Sunday at the moment at 10 a.m. So we have a different topic that we run through with clients on those calls. Today we're speaking about nutrition, so I'm excited for that. You all know how much I love nutrition. I showed you probably about the first half an hour to 40 minutes of my day from wake, and that's exactly how it looks like. And then wrapped up cardio, got into prepping food for the day, prepping my bag, prepping my gear bag to go film as well, because we're filming with another CBC man, Jamie Mack, today as well, and I'll show you a little bit of that. And I'm going to show you some meals as well. I'm not in the kitchen, I haven't shown you prepping them, but I've got the first 2 meals with me. We are going training legs fasted, so we're going to get in there. I'm going to get pre-workout down the system. We've already had a black coffee, Clen, GH, glutamine, electrolyte, and that's pretty much it, with 2 litres of water in us at 7:30. So I've been up for an hour and a half trying to force the water in before I go and train, so I am fresh, and I do feel very fresh. I felt very fresh getting out of bed. I did wake up quite heavy this morning after late food from getting home late from working, so I was actually 89 on the scales this morning. Yesterday morning I was 85 kilo on the scales, so just take that with a pinch of salt, you know. And it's one thing that I say, and it's something I'm dealing with clients, you know, 3 weeks into January, is not seeing the scales move in the way that we want them to be moving, you know, and that's going to happen. You know, I knew myself this morning I was not going to be 85 kilo, like that was a fluke, but I was 89, you know, I was heavier on the scales. So like the things you need to be taken into consideration, you know, are like, there's hundreds of them, you know, there's hundreds of little small things that you could take into consideration as to why the scales is not going the way that you expect it to go from the week that you've had. If you haven't done everything that you're supposed to do, don't expect it to move the way you want it to move. But if you've done absolutely everything on plan that's meant to be done, you know, like I've done this week, I would like scales to be moving, but there's just so many variables, you know. Eating later than the night before, drinking later than the night before, you know. I had a good volume of food there when I got home last night at 11 o'clock, and I'm up again at 6 o'clock. It's not the best thing to be doing, but it is what it is, you know. We work around it. Are you going to the toilet? Are you a little bit slow going to the toilet? So many different things. Anyway, not to get into the nitty gritty of it, you know yourself. We're going to crack on with legs. Tomorrow is check-in day again, so excited enough for check-in. I don't expect there to be a massive change, and I do obviously expect there to be manipulations to the plan again. More than likely an adjustment to food, and possibly an adjustment to cardio as well. We'll see. That is all. Hope everyone is having a fine Wednesday evening when you're watching this, or whenever you're watching this. Sit back, relax, enjoy the video, drop us a like, subscribe so I can get these brakes fixed. That is legs done. You would have seen a couple of clips there. Recorded on the phone. Just hadn't a huge amount of time this morning. I would have had more time. The cafe I was going to set up on the laptop for a little bit isn't open until 10:30. It is now 9:20. So in and out of legs in an hour and 15, give or take, which isn't too bad. I wasn't fucking around. Just in, get the job done. That was sweaty as fuck and horrible. Like squats, or Smith squat and leg press moved lovely today. Absolutely lovely for fasted. Two of the best sets I've had on both of them in a couple of weeks. Bulgarian split squats, again, good set. Just disgusting way to finish legs. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Disgusting. So didn't really have time to go for a shower because I'm going to get one of them in after the group call. But very nice leg session. I am soaked inside out. My whole body is wet. I left the jumper on for the full session. I took it off when I got my bag out of the change room. My arms are like wet. And you know that feeling like we're just soaked. But nothing wrong with that either. I also got the legs moving at the start of the session with a few minutes of the cross trainer. Just 3 minutes cross trainer, bang bang, warm myself up. Still waiting on the hip adductor. Please God there's a hip adductor in there soon. Because I do love training there, like I really am enjoying it, but I do need an adductor as well. Like we've put in a makeshift adductor with a cuff for the time being, but Christ, I'm not, going to make any progress off doing that. It's grand for opening up the hips and like warming me up, but I'm not going to make any major progress off using that. So I'm going to get home. I do have the meals there with me. I have everything with me because I wasn't expecting to go home, but I'm just going to go home so I can just be at the desk, do the call and be concentrating on that. My usual cafe, as I said, isn't open till 10:30, so I'm not even trying to go anywhere else because I just won't be comfortable in there. You know me now, I'm not even too comfortable bringing this tiny little camera in the gym. I should have brought it in this morning, but I was just, too caught really. But if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen it on Instagram, running through all the exercises. So head on over to the Instagram. That's where I'm updating everything. We'll have check-in over there in the morning as well. And we'll see what the body's looking like. Right, we are team call wrapped up. Very good talk on nutrition from Keane himself, and just a little chat with the lads then after. That's what you would have seen there for a minute. But we are showered, feel fresh. I never showed you, but the oats went in post-workout. 100 gram of oats, 35 whey, 200 berries. So good enough size meal. And now soon, just before I head off to film with Jamie, I'm going to get my chicken and rice in. So in there is 200 grams of chicken, raw weight, and 100 grams of dry weight basmati rice. I was actually on a bit of jasmine rice for a little bit, but jasmine rice, some people might say it is nicer or whatever. Maybe it's a little bit nicer. Sometimes. Doesn't matter to me anyway at this point. But I'm back on just basmati now. There's less calories per gram, you know what I mean? When you're getting 100 grams, there's a lot more calories in 100 grams of jasmine rice than there is in basmati rice, so I just get more basmati rice for less calories moving forward. And then peas, frozen peas in there at the moment. That's the main veg source, and then I'll have some onions and some peppers as well in one meal throughout the day. But that's it pretty much. We're going to crack on. That's legs done out the way, nice and hard. Now, it was a fasted session, and what I would say to you, and one thing he spoke about a lot in the call was, the importance of obviously peri-workout nutrition, and post-workout nutrition probably being the most important of them all. And especially for me today, and anyone who is training fasted, I would say to you, post-workout is very, very important if you are training fasted. Yes, you are fueled from the night before for your session. Having a pre-workout meal that early in the morning isn't going to serve me that much of a purpose, only probably affect my digestion. So I just go straight in, get the session done. It's getting home and getting, post-workout fuel into you straight away to obviously start the recovery process, which is very important when you are trained in a fasted state, because you don't have that food there. If you are fed and you have to go a little bit longer, fine. But when you're fasted and you're getting, out of the gym, you'd want to be getting that food into you fairly quickly, not straight away, when you're still in a stressed environment. You want to get back in, into a good PNS mode, parasympathetic state, lad, and obviously let the nervous system get back to normal, and then get your food in. You don't want to be eating in a stressed state because your digestion is just going to be all over the place, and you know all about that. When digestion is shit, it just feels shit, you know, and you're not going to make use of the food as you would like to, you know. So give yourself a little bit of time. I, you know, obviously came out, drove home, was on the call, had the food. You know, I've had plenty of time there. You know, I could have gotten the meal in a little bit earlier, and I did. I kind of did half and half, but had to go on the call then. So that is pretty much it. We're going to crack on. Little thing that was actually annoying me as well, because, you know, I'm going to fill you in. This is much better lighting. Sit down for a minute, because the legs will be sore now in a while. I also posted the legs on story there, just run through a couple of little things, but I need to change the batteries on my scales and probably get a new scales. Keane was saying to me there, but like, I woke up this morning at 6. I was up at 6. I weighed myself. I was 89 kilo on the dot. Yesterday morning I was up at like 7:30, right? And obviously different variables. This is what, you know, I have to explain to clients and everything the whole time, you know, when things are changing on a daily basis, you know, and I'm just making do with what I can do, you know, surrounding work, surrounding what I'm up to. Looks like I have a bowl on top of my head. It looks like I put a bowl on my head and Danielle just went after the shower, but it feels fucking fresh. There's nothing better than a shower. I was 85 kilo yesterday morning, you know, so there's no way, you know. Again, it's more so me just confirming, and I don't feel any way towards that weight. If you have gone off plan, and I was that weight this morning, you know, and there was a difference of 4 kilos in the day, you know, then I'd be like, fuck, you know, this, that and the other. But I haven't missed a beat this week, so that weight doesn't mean shit to me. At the same time, though, we do want that to, you know, be consistent, so we can obviously track that as a variable, you know, and make sure we do see body weight going the way that we want it to be going. But I do definitely think there probably will be a drop in food tomorrow. And probably an increase in cardio as well. Like, you know, I've done this multiple times, obviously not prepped for the stage, but I know Keane will have to push me and push me hard for this prep and for a long time during this prep. You know, again, we've got a lot of time, but for the condition I want to get into, he's going to have to push me hard, and, you know, I will have to do a lot of cardio and low food, and that's just the way it is. That's just the way my body will be. Obviously, you know, it's a different situation this time. I'm obviously, you know, on assistance compared to the last 2 photo shoot preps that I did where I was natural, but still, you know, your main drivers there are going to be your food, the size of the deficit, your output, you know, and just how consistent you can be with that on a daily basis. So I'm going to crack on, load the gear back up into the car, the van, and get out and chat with Jamie. So I might catch up with you then. I need to get a monster into me. I cannot wait to get a monster into me. I'm dragging a small bit, but at least I don't have to face legs this evening. And I have console calls to do this evening when I get home, so I can just focus on doing them and not doing fucking legs. 5:30, we're back, just in the door. I made myself a bowl of oats. This is meal 3. I'm going to enjoy every bite of here. I'm absolutely starving. 2 cans of Monster, thanks to Jamie, were consumed. We did about 4 hours of filming out in the gym he works at, RH Strength and Conditioning, which is a nice little spot, to be fair, out in Maru. So that's done. Getting meal 3 in, so we'll have 2 more meals after this evening. I would usually be a lot further on, but training fast and then having as much to do today. I usually don't have as much to do, obviously, on a Sunday, but we have 2 console calls now for the next hour and a bit, so we're going to get them done, and then we'll be getting another meal in close enough after that, and then lock up the sunbed shop with Danielle, and then bedtime, I would think. Meal 3 is going in 100 gram of oats, 30 gram of whey, 200 gram of fruit. Bash. I'm really liking a mince meal in the evenings at the moment. Mince and rice or mince and potatoes. Probably just do rice this evening. Probably just rice this evening. We'll see. As I said, coaching link is always in the bio below if you want to get on board. Both lifestyle, if you're just looking to lose a bit of weight, you're looking to build a bit of size, whatever it is that you need to do and you want to do, and you want to fast track your way to that. Or if it is the case you want to get yourself into photo shoot, Nick, you want to do a photo shoot, our first group photo shoot. The deadline to get, you know, on prep and get into prep and get coached by us for that photo shoot is coming up very soon, because that photo shoot is getting closer and closer week to week. So if that is something, you know, you've been thinking about, or I've chatted to you about it, and it is something that you want to do think about getting on board with that as soon as possible, so we can get you set up and, you know, off on the right foot as close to the photo shoot as we can. I'm going to crack into these, and Daniela's just home. Morning. It is just on 6:30. It's check-in day. 88.8 on the scales this morning, so we'll see what the scales say in the next couple of days. I'm going to get check-in shots over to the boss now and then see what the plan of action is for this week. Get check-in shots over, get a black coffee in, get cardio done, and get to work.